everyone. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. For the people that don't know who I am Malik over here with IMS. I am one of the annuity sales directors, and today I am joined by Andre and his team over here at SILAC. We got some fantastic information to share with you guys today, so I'm super excited to let Andre go over some of the enhancements and changes they made to their product lineup, plus some sales strategies to help you guys close more cases here. And so before we get into all of that, we do have a few items that we're going to talk about today, why agents love working with us over here at IMES. So as we go through any slides, be thinking of clients you would want to see quotes for, and then you can reach out to me or your sales director after the presentation. So if at any time throughout the presentation you guys have any questions, go ahead and pop that into the question box so you don't have to wait until the end. We will get all of those answered for you, and we will also have a few poll questions here for you guys today, and we'll love your participation on those as well. So to start us off, when you call over here at 800-255-5055, remember, you're always going to get a live person, so you never have to deal with a dial by name directory. And that's how we kick off our best in class customer service, by answering that phone with somebody. And maybe it's the person that you're calling in for, but if not, they are going to get you transferred right over. And to move on, our new producer builders. A few reasons why agents love working with us. So starting off with our new producer builders, um, it's a program if those of you who are new to IMES. And so these bonuses are available based on your production level. And in the first 180 days of contracting with us, we do have different levels that you can qualify at. As you can see, inside each level here are some great options for you. We've got some incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. And if you would like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve the next level, please give us a call. I will encourage you guys to max out on that $1 million level. So take advantage of it while you're new to IMES within your first 180 days with us. All right, so our another business builder program that we have for our agents is our referred producer program. I do see a couple of advisors on here with us today that have already taken advantage of this program, and our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, and that one of the best leads ever that we can ever obtain is from a referral and from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while. So if you refer a producer over to us, and when you refer that producer and they get contracted, we are going to cut you a $50 thank you check, which is a one-time bonus when your referred agent contracts with us. And where the real money kicks in, and where your is from where your referral writes business, you are going to receive an override on that business. So as you guys can see, live target is an extra 15 basis points added to your commission. And then on the annuity side is 20% extra, and so forth. Our ownership team, Curtis, Steve, and Chris, I can tell you this: they love writing, they love signing those checks and writing thousands of dollars every quarter. So if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team over here, please type their information into that question box, and you can certainly email me with their information as well. Moving below, really quick, is our most popular program that we offer here at IME. So for it's called our marketing reimbursement. So for every $100,000 in FIA premium, we are going to get you $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is we truly do consider this to be your money. And you have the flexibility on services and when and who to use these funds with. So it is your marketing reimbursement. We don't tell you the vendors that you have to use. We will recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage to reduce rates for you guys and preferred services that you guys request and need. We also have our creative team here to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you would like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have a conversation about how to utilize it, just give your sales director a call or myself here at the office, and we would love to speak with you about that. All right, so our back office support is another way we add value to your business. So this is the core of IMES and how Charles Hiring founded IMES many years ago. Um, we want to help independent advisors work smarter, not harder. And so we are going to do that with our great business building tools and resources that you guys saw. And of course, our advanced case design assistance. So we can assist with life and annuity quotes. We are going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours. And I like to say if it's super urgent, we try to get that back to you within really 30 minutes or so. Submissions to commission support is handled by our new business team. So just a quick heads up, Mackenzie is on the annuity team and Michelle is on the life side. They have fantastic teams who work day in and day out to help you get those commissions much quicker. We are also going to scrub applications that you submit on your behalf and do all of the administrative tracking to get you updates on those cases as needed. And we do this to ensure that you get the commissions as quick as possible. And this is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers each and every single day. And it's a way to help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles the back office support for you. That way, you guys are out there in the field doing what you're best at, which is selling. And to move on to our IMES website, which is another reason to work with us over here at IMES. Once you are contracted, you're going to have full access to everything you see on this slide. There's so much more at imesinc.com. So if you haven't registered for our website, it is very simple to do so. When we're done with all of this, go ahead. I would encourage you to go ahead and create an account. We would love to see you on there. And there are a lot of great resources that are available to you, including illustration tools, online forums, product grids, as you guys can see, in news, plus the latest trends and updates on today's market. So I would encourage you guys to go create an account if you guys haven't done so. All right, so our e-app solution, so technology is where the industry is going. So in Luma, Firelight is our newest partnership to streamline those application processes. So most of our carriers are now on Luma Firelight e-platform. So if you haven't transitioned over to e-app and you're still doing paper apps, I would encourage you to do so sooner than later, because eventually almost majority, if not all of the carriers are going away from paper app. Plus you get paid faster. Um, and so some carriers are again going to do e-app only for some of their product lines and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the e-app platform. So make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app because you can earn extra money by just completing it and submitting it through the e-app. All right, so we do have a full in-house creative team to help you in your business. This is our creative services that we offer. We have turnkey items available out there for you. And so many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. Speaking of your logos, if you haven't created a logo or yet, I would encourage you to do so. We can fully customize a brand for you and your agency if you have one, and we can certainly help you with that through our agency solutions and our name recognition, which is going to grow your natural market organically. Another great thing that we do over here is digital marketing solutions, which is a very popular topic around here at IME. So we can help you with the websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. So making sure you are accessible and representative in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to growing your business. Reach out to me when this webinar concludes to talk about how we can access the IMS Creative, and we can certainly get that ball rolling for you guys as well. All right, so we also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs, whether you're new to the industry or even a seasoned producer. This is 100% a free assessment that can help you boost your revenue with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities. Maybe what's working, what's not working, and then as well as recommendations on trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. So reach out to myself or your sales directors to get started. And it's a great way to build momentum going into 2026 here. All right, so just a couple more here. So our IMS Wealth Management is something we're continuing to see a lot of growth on, which is our sister company called IMS Wealth Management. For the people that don't know, it is a SEC registered RIA. So anywhere in the country, if you're an investment advisor or you're considering becoming one, give us a call. It is a growing part of our industry. We are also expanding over to the RILA business as well. And so it gives you an opportunity to be a holistic advisor and not just an insurance advisor. And so another big thing that we do a ton of training on is our Life and Annuity Academy. We're doing about 300 webinars a year, and there's about over 1,600 on our website, from cybersecurity to carrier products, focusing on the marketing sales ideas with you guys. We think it's important to get people to live training events like our Life and Annuity Academy. So many of our competitors and carriers don't do that anymore, but we have a very in-depth, intensive producer academy opportunity for you, which is a really great opportunity to get you in front of and hear from our top multi-million dollar keynote speakers and hear from the best sales marketing programs that we have in the industry. Uh, we do have one coming up within the next 4 or 5 months, so be on the lookout for that. I can get you guys more information when that comes out. We usually host about 4 to 5 life and annuity academies per year. So if you guys would like more information on that, feel free to reach out to me or your sales directors, and we will get you that information as needed. All right, my favorite. So our incentive trips is this is our first one at it's with Athene Beachy Keen out in the Dominican Republic, Cap Cana. This one is about to end. To be honest with you guys, it is we're hosting this event from March 22nd through the 25th through 2026. And I believe you guys have the end of this year to get all of your qualifications met. I believe it's $5 million in production with Athene. But I will get you guys that information if you guys are interested. And then moving over to our next one. So today, we're talking about SILAC and some of the fantastic information that Andre is going to be going over with you guys in just a second. But they are also throwing an incentive trip, which is our Peak Producer Summit. It's in Park City, Utah, from August 2nd through the 5th of 2026. And I can say this, the qualifications are $2 million paid in SILAC FIA. If you guys think about it, that's the average annuity case is about $100,000. And I believe you have a full year to get your qualifications met. So if you guys haven't been on an incentive trip before with a carrier, I would encourage you guys to submit $2 million with SILAC. That comes out to be around 15, 20 cases a year, which if you think about it, it isn't much depending on the case size. And again, that average annuity case is about $100,000. This is a 4-day, 3-night at a 5-star hotel. Activities are going to be included. You're going to have some golfing out there, some scenery, whiskey tasting. I see a couple guys on here that love whiskey tasting. And so I would encourage you guys to submit that $2 million and we can get you your more information on that if you guys do have any questions. That is I do want to throw in there really quick. That is May 1st, 2025 through April 30th of 2026. So it gives you guys a full year, and you guys still have some time to get those qualifications met. All right, this is our newest one out in the Bahamas. The qualifications for this one is from July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026. It is 6 million points to qualify. And we are doing double trip points on all submitted FIA business from November 1st through December 31st, 2025. So I would encourage you guys to get a jump start in this new qualification. And again, if you guys haven't been to the Bahamas, it's a really exciting event and it's a great way for you to network with some of our top multi-million dollar keynote speakers. This one, we're going to be going out there from February 27th through March 4th, 2027. So I would encourage you guys to submit as much business, and it's a great way to build that momentum going into 2026. And so last but not least, we have great social media presence out there. We're out there on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other platforms. So I encourage you guys to follow us and like us if you guys haven't done so. There's a lot of great content ideas that we circulate around there. And now that I am going to pass it over to Andre again over at SILAC. Thank you guys for listening.
Malik, appreciate it, and thank you all for joining us this morning. Let me share my screen.
All right, Andre, you are all set.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can all see that. So again, thank you for the time today, Malik. Appreciate the introduction and want to thank all of you for the business that you've done with us in 2025. My name is Andre Thompson, the Regional Vice President of SILAC, and what I want to touch on is basically just kind of going over our portfolio, then give you a couple sales ideas. So we'll round this out probably in the next like 15 minutes. But before I start, there's been a lot of news about what's transpired with SILAC, and what has basically, if you're not aware, is we've reached a definitive agreement with Hildene Capital Management, which basically manages over 18 billion of assets under management. They've also been a capital partner of ours even prior to this whole negotiation being acquired in 2022. They started to have some shares into SILAC, and now they're just going to basically recoup all that. Originally, it was as high as 18%, and now they're going to take the remaining amount. Why this matters to you as agents in the field and our IMO partners is the fact that now it's just going to give us even more bandwidth to not only take advancements in technology, which Malik went over is going to be key to the industry, but also being able to have a stronger financial position and offer different products. So from the standpoint of doing business with us, nothing has changed. But in the bigger scheme of things, it's going to help us even skyrocket further into the trajectory of where we want to be as a competitive and trusted partner in the fixed indexed annuity space. So with that being said, I will just quickly give you this confidential so legal knows that we're doing something and you can't basically just copy the slides without consent. And specific to that, I do want to point out that Dan Aker, who is our president and will be transitioning to CEO, we'll be hosting other webinars as we go further into this transition. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll definitely communicate that through IMS and through our portal website to make you aware. So now that I've talked about some of the things coming on the horizon for SILAC, the one question that I always get or you always see is what's more challenging? We all want to get to the top of the hill, but is it more challenging to get up the hill or is it the challenge to get down the hill? And the answer basically is it's doubly challenging for both. There's not one way or the other, but we all are trying to get to a certain point in our life to where we can enjoy a comfortable retirement. But how do you do that? And some of the tools that we offer through our fixed index annuity, I think, are be able to provide you and your clients solutions. So I'm just going to quickly go over our portfolio. So if you're not familiar with us, this is basically what we offer on our portfolio. We have Teton, Denali, Evolve, and Vega. Now, Teton and Denali are accumulation-focused FIAs, and then depending on what you're going for, if you want something with higher accumulation, you're going to go Denali, but keep in mind that has interest recovery, and basically that's just like a vesting schedule. Now, on top of that, those riders, elevation, it's a 100 basis points or 50 basis point spread, depending on which you're choosing. But that's going to give you a higher bonus and give you liquidity where you can basically, if you defer the 10% free withdrawal, it goes up to 20, 20 goes to 30. Then you have Evolve. Evolve is basically spawned off Denali, and the focus on this one is good accumulation, but you also have income. And so now that is our income play on our portfolio. And then finally, Vega is a great wealth transfer play. You can turn on income. It offers level and increasing and accelerate withdrawals, but the primary focus of Vega is wealth transfer, and that's what a lot of agents and advisors are using it for. So when you look at our accumulation focused FIA, as I told you, like if you add the Elevation Plus, you have a higher bonus amount, and you can see that here. The number one thing that I would tell you is like Teton, our 5-year, which I'll touch on here in the next screen, is a great short-term rate alternative. You could see you can get 7% just on our base model up to age 80, and then 4.5 for 81 through 90. But if you add Elevation Plus, which again is a 100 basis point spread, it'll never take your account value backwards. You can get a 9% bonus up to age 80 and 6.5. And then you can see on the screen what you can get on our 7, 10, and 14-year products between Denali and Teton. Again, Denali is going to have higher crediting rates, but with that, you have kind of, like I said, that vesting schedule where if you get out of the contract early, we're going to have that interest recovery. So this is what I talk about. If you're not familiar with SILAC, this is the first thing I go to, and this is something that I think is very tangible for everybody that's in the FIA space, is giving you a great short-term rate alternative. I just went over what the bonus structure is between 7 and 9%, depending on if you had Elevation Plus or not. But as you can see here, 5-year FIA, 30% cumulative withdrawals, assuming that you do add that Elevation Plus rider. And keep in mind, since we're talking about short-term rates alternatives, how is it that you can reposition some of those funds after 3 years, and if their needs change, you can start positioning that asset somewhere else, and then you have the remaining 2 years left. So now, again, it's almost like you're having a 3-year FIA to where you're going to have some flexibility to now reposition those assets. You can see we have a bonus up to age 90 and a 9% premium bonus. But here's the thing, not saying compensation is everything, but we have one of the strongest compensation products on the 5-year space. Until the end of this year, we're adding another 25 basis points to this product. So you can get a 7% bonus on a 5-year contract. And then for those of you that are writing in excess of 10 million with us, you're getting an extra 2 points on that. So you can get a 9% bonus on a 5-year FIA. There's nowhere There's no other company that's matching that. So again, if you're looking for accumulation, great short-term rate alternative, Teton 5 is a great opportunity there. And I've asked this before when the people that qualify for Protect, I put this out there on a slide. Would you want something like this, an income solution where you're getting a 20% premium bonus, 20% income bonus, and a 9.75 roll-up rate that's guaranteed on the contract? So you have that at your fingertips through SILAC. And what that it basically entails is, again, depending on if you're doing 17 or 14 years, you can see what the bonus structures are, but that bonus is also on the income side of play as well. So you can definitely give a client a bump on their income right day one, and it's vested, if you will. So if this product allows you to turn on income after the first year, but I will tell you where we are more competitive is if you're deferring income from 5 years on. So I would say this product fits well for those clients that have an asset that they're not sure if they want to turn on income, but they want that flexibility to have a level lifetime income or increasing lifetime income with strong account values. That's where Evolve fits. And I'll show you in future slides how we can kind of incorporate some of these products that we offer into one potential sale. So how does Evolve grow? Here's basically the fact pattern of what you have at your fingertips. So you have the income credit plus the roll-up rate and the interest credit. So you can see that it's a 6% roll-up rate for the first 20 years and then 3% after that. And on that slide that I initially showed saying, do you want a 20% income bonus and a premium bonus and a 9.75 roll-up rate? Where I'm getting that from is our fixed rate. And that's fixed rate at 3.75 on our 10-year contract. And in our history of being in the FIA space, we have never dropped our fixed rate. So you basically have an opportunity to get 9.75 to their income starting day one, and you could see how that can, and it's basically accruing over time and giving you a very robust income value, but you also have strong account value as well. And as you can see here, income shredded stop after 30 years, but you have the option for lifetime withdrawals, whatever comes first. So you have some flexibility there with our particular product. And that's compound interest that it's growing. And then finally, our Vega. This is again our legacy play here. You have a 50% benefit bonus. You have multipliers on our non-bonus contract up to 300%. And just to kind of give you a simple example, if you got a 4% interest credit using our Vega contract non-bonus, you would add that multiplier of 300%. So 12% would go to their benefit value because this is a benefit-based contract. So the account value isn't as strong, but again, this is a legacy play. So then that benefit base can be very robust. You do have that wellness opportunity that if, God forbid, the client can't do 2 out of 6 ADLs, you're going to get that doubler on whatever that benefit base is for 5 years. And then you have the unlimited enhanced death benefit in most states. Pennsylvania is not one of them, but to make a long story short, if that benefit grew to $1 million of benefit value, we would pay that $1 million over 5 years. So I call it basically like a poor man's trust, but it gives you and your clients a lot of flexibility to help structure how they want to basically pass on their assets and leave a legacy. And all these particular features are available to you at no charge. So I'm going to quickly just go over a case scenario, how incorporating those 3 FIAs that I just went over, how that might fit for a particular client need and how you can leverage our products. So in this scenario, we're going to assume a client's 55, you have 500,000 deposit, and the goals of this are basically starting income in 5 years, but you also want to have some flexibility and leave a legacy ideally. So what we're going to do is incorporate, again, those 3 products. We're going to use our Teton 5 with Elevation Plus. We're going to use the Evolve Bonus 10 and the Vega Bonus 14. So you're going to get a 20% bonus and a 50% benefit-based bonus and all this. And just to show you that we're not trying to basically do any type of indexing plays here, we're keeping it very simple, 50% fixed and 50% annual point-to-point par rate. So nothing where we're doing any other type of indexing, pretty straightforward. So how this plays out is we're going to put 25,000 into the Teton 5. Again, you're going to have that full liquidity after 5 years, but you still have that cumulative option, and you have some liquidity, but a great accumulation. Then we also have Evolve, where we're going to use the majority of those funds, 350,000, and the goal is to start income in year 6 and still have strong account value growth. And then finally, we're going to do the Vega contract to where we're going to do that remaining 125,000. As you can see here, we're going to start income in year 11, but you still have the option for wealth transfer, God forbid something happens prematurely. So here's how these numbers play out. Again, because we're using the Evolve bonus and the Vega benefit bonus, your account value from that $500,000 is 570,000 right off the top. But because you're using that Vega benefit bonus, you have 633,000 of death benefit because of the 50%. And you can see here, everything grows pretty straightforward. And then we're going to start turning on income now because we made it past 5 years. You can see the account value 667, but you have a death benefit and income option of 764. So that's basically giving you the general return on your money over that time period. When you start that Evolve income, you can see 27,755 level income, and you've taken out 138,000 so far over that period. Again, we started in year 6, now we're in year 10, but you still have strong account value growth, and the death benefit has also stayed strong because we have not done anything with that Vega contract just yet. And as I stated, we're going to start leveraging Vega in year 11 to turn on income on this contract. So what does that look like? So now, because you're living, you've definitely given yourself a pay increase because you've done so well, and now you've got 20,000 more of income. You can see that we're already at 366,000 after 15 years of income off that original $500,000 asset. But you can also see the account value is not depleted, and your death benefit is 645 if they pass away prematurely. When you take that even further, again, income continues to grow because we have an option for increasing lifetime income with Vega. You've taken out more than what you initially put in, but you still have great account value growth. So if needs change, you want to reposition that asset, you have the flexibility to do so, and the 404,000 again of death benefit if they pass away at that particular point in time. Income, the story just continues to stay strong here. Again, just using the fixed account and the annual point to point, you still have almost $1 million taken out in income, but you still have account value and death benefit. And then after 30 years, you could see here 74,000 of income. You've taken out 1.2 million, but again, you still have 272,000 of account value. So that's a very strong and powerful story, and how you can leverage our 3 FIAs to meet a client need that only gives, again, income, but legacy play and flexibility. That's our whole goal here. And all of our strategies are 1 year. I know I didn't mention that before, but definitely want to state that now, is that all of them are 1-year strategy. Again, we never take your client's account value backwards. We don't have any fees on our contracts. We do have some spreads, but again, if the client does not receive a positive interest credit, the spread does not apply. And then finally, I'm going to use one that's a little bit more unique, but it's definitely leveraging our Vega contract. And this one, we call it IRA wealth transfer play here. And on this scenario, we're going to assume a client's age 65 and they're married, filing jointly, and we're going to still use that same $500,000 balance. Now, we're going to make some assumptions of like the other taxable income and what their standard deductions are. You can see that on the slide, and their assumed tax rate of 32%. Now, the goal here, again, is legacy planning and minimizing taxable burden to the heirs. And that's what you're able to use when positioning the Vega contract here and that 50% benefit bonus. So the solution basically comes here. You're going to basically recognize, because we're going to do that conversion, IRA conversion, 160K in taxes. Now, the bonus is, because we're using Vega and that 50% benefit bonus, you're able to reposition that and recoup that and actually have more day one if they were to pass away to pass on to their heirs than they originally had before. So that 518,000 is based off that 50% benefit bonus. And as you can see, the trade-off is you pay the upfront tax, but it allows for no future RMDs. And again, if the goal is legacy and giving some flexibility to your heirs, you're able to do that now. And so the asset grows tax-free, and the heirs can inherit that raw tax-free, basically using the 10-year distribution rule. And to show you what those numbers look like, again, because we paid 160,000 in taxes off that $500,000 asset, the assumption is 340,000 is now going into the Vega contract, and we're using simple crediting, 50% fixed rate, which is 2.25%, and then 50% S&P participation rate. So your annual effective yield is 3.34%. Nothing astronomical or aggressive, very conservative to say the least. And I used the Vega bonus 7 on this contract just in the event that the clients wanted to have access to those funds earlier, because with Vega, you have to let the contract cook and not save it. And not 7-year contract, you have to wait the minimum of 7 years or to age 50. And then on our 10-year contracts, to be able to turn on the income, you have to wait on our 10 and 14 years, at least a minimum of 10 years. So that's why we use the 7 here. And you can see how the benefit value continues to grow based off of those conservative assumptions. And by the time you go out 20 years, you have 1.3 million of a tax-free asset to pass on to their heirs just by leveraging that benefit bonus and then the multipliers that Vega provides. So it's a great story. Again, very nichey. It definitely depends on the client need and where they are in their tax situation, but definitely something you can leverage and utilize through SILAC on our Vega legacy product. So I'm going to quickly just go over, not only do you have the opportunity to have strong FIA products with us, but then we're also rewarding you for doing business with us, and that's our Inner Circle program. So think of the Inner Circle program basically like a concierge program. The minimum to basically qualify to start receiving additional bonus compensation is 2.5 million. Once you get to that 2.5 million, it pays retro back to $1. But as you can see, the more business you do, the higher the bonus percentage. And again, it will go retro back to $1. We do have a number of agents writing over $10 million with us. And so they're getting 2% on that 10 million. So you could see how that can be very lucrative as you continue to do more business with us over time. And as I mentioned on that 5-year FIA, if you're writing $10 million, you're now getting 9% on a 5-year FIA. Not only do you get, like I said, heightened compensation, as I mentioned, you get kind of the concierge service. So the whole times, once you become part of the Inner Circle, are 10 seconds. Everything is expedited quicker, withdrawals, phone calls, emails. So it's definitely rewarding people that do business with us. So if you're not familiar with this program and want more details about it, please feel free to reach out to IAMS or to the SILAC team, sales@silacins.com, and we can definitely walk you through that. Here's the number of qualifiers we had in 2024. That number is actually increased in 2025, and we continue, and we expect that to increase in 2026 going into next year. Now, not only are we offering, like I said, additional compensation, but we also have our Player Circle trip. You can see here the trip dates are June 2026. And if you write 5 million of premium with us over the calendar year, January 1 of 2025 to the end of December 31st of 2025. Top 60 qualify. It's a minimum 5 million premium. I can tell you for agents that are qualifying, they're usually getting right around 6 million now just because of the amount of business we are getting. So this is a top-notch trip. You get to rub shoulders not only with other successful agents and advisors, but you are meeting the top brass within SILAC. That's our CEO, Steve Hilbert, Dan Aker, our head of product development, Kerry Freeberg. So everybody that's made one of our trips, they say they're top notch. They've enjoyed it. So it's a great opportunity, like I said, to get to know SILAC, get to know other agents that are writing SILAC, and it's a great networking. But overall, it's just basically a thank you for doing business with us. And so you get to enjoy and relax, and it's at a top notch location. So we're looking forward to that going into 2026. And as Malik indicated, we also have that Peak Summit event that will be going on in August. So we hope to see many of you there. And I always say, come out to the Celestial Kingdom. That's in Park City, Utah. It's a great opportunity, not only to rub shoulders again with other IAMS agents, but again, get to know the SILAC team, because we will definitely be out there. And this is one of our main headquarters out here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So definitely love you to see the operation, how we operate, and be able to obviously answer any questions you might have, but also get to familiarize ourselves with you and your business, and obviously create a strong partnership. So with that being said, that was what I wanted to go over. Here's the email address if you have any questions, again, about our platform. I am one of the regional vice presidents, but we can definitely make sure, if I'm not available, one of my internals, we can answer any questions that you might have to, like I said, get to know you and earn your business. So do appreciate the time. And Malik, I will kick it back over to you.
Thank you again, Andre, and I appreciate everyone joining in. Just to add on a little bit to Andre is, it's a great opportunity. If you guys haven't met those qualifications, again, Peak SILAC Producer Summit, that's only $2 million. And then on top of that, they're throwing in an extra 50 basis points if you guys can get to that 2.5 million. So just a great opportunity there. I do have a few poll questions, so I'm gonna launch them real quick. And give you guys 30 seconds. Would you guys like additional marketing support to help you write more SILAC business this year? Yes or no? Again, 30 seconds. All right. Next question. Would you guys like to get contracted with SILAC through IMES? So if you guys aren't contracted, I would encourage you guys to do so. Yes or no? And I'll be the one reaching out to you guys as well to get contracted with SILAC. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, next one more, and then would you guys like IMES to help design a SILAC case or laddering strategy for an upcoming appointment that you guys have? Give you guys 30 seconds. Five more seconds. All right, that is the end of the webinar. I hope everyone has a happy Tuesday, and